everyone, I am Janhavi. Welcome back to my channel, or if you guys are new here, then welcome to my channel. Say the word water out loud right now, okay? Like say it, don't read it. Now tell me something, did your tongue tap that T like it almost came out like a D, like water? Or did you keep the T very sharp, very clean, and maybe even dropped the letter R at the end, like water? So if it was the first one, let me tell you something, that's the accent Netflix trained into your mouth without you noticing, like the LA-based accent. And if the second one took you real effort, like water, then that's exactly what the next 60 days is going to rewire. Now, before we go further, I want to be very clear about something. If someone tells you, be it anyone, a trainer, a teacher, a student, that they can give you a full British accent in a week or 10 days, that's not real. And I'm not going to be that person for you because I actually looked into this properly. And let me tell you something, everyone, small changes, they show up in 2 to 4 weeks, but a real consistent shift where people around you notice that, oh, you're speaking in a different accent, that takes about 3 months of proper daily work, proper practice. So what am I going to do, everyone? 60 days is the number I'm giving you, not because it's magic, but because it's genuinely enough time to build something real without me setting you up for failure and you thinking, oh, it's day 20 and Janhavi said it will work and it did not work. Okay, I'm not going to do that to you. So by day 30, everyone, you will notice a real difference. And by day 60, people will actually start saying, wow, you've got a pretty nice British accent. Okay, so let's get into exactly what we are doing, phase by phase. I will give you a proper roadmap of 60 days. Yes, what you're going to do on day 1, day 2, day 3, proper 60 days. So let's get started. I'm very excited. I absolutely love just training people for different accents. So let's go. Day 1 to day 15, what you're going to do, you're going to train your ear before your mouth. So everyone wants to jump straight into speaking, okay? Like saying the word water and this and that. I'm not saying that's wrong. I will just not recommend you to do that. The first 2 weeks, everyone, they're not about talking differently at all. They're only about training your ear. Like when you're listening to someone, when you're listening to a British speaker, you listen to them consciously because you generally cannot produce a sound you haven't actually learned to hear yet. So first, let's get clear on what we're actually learning. So when I say British accent, or when people say British accent, they usually mean RP, which is received pronunciation, which is the standard British accent, like BBC English, okay? And it's associated with the south of England. But here is something important. Britain has a huge number of accents. There is Scottish, there is Cockney, there's Norfolk, there's Posh, there's Welsh, there's Irish. So it generally varies from village to village. And RP is just the one most people mean when they say a British accent. Just like our India, there are a lot of different dialects and languages. It depends where you live, okay? Now, everyone, for these first 15 days, what are you going to do? Immerse yourself. By this time, I'm pretty sure you guys have discovered that I love to tell people to immerse themselves in a language or an accent. So watch British shows, listen to BBC News, podcast, anything with British speakers. I do not want you to copy anything yet. I just want you to listen actively. You're also going to notice that how different it sounds from the American accents, the one that you're probably familiar with now, like the Netflix and LA-based content. So when you're doing this, I also want you to start noticing British words as well. For example, they will not say trash, they will say rubbish. They will say trousers for pants. If someone is really tired, they will say knackered, one of my favorite words. If someone agrees with your idea, they might say, that's a good shout. So you don't need to use these yet. I just want you to listen to them consciously. I want you to notice them. I want you to observe them. I want you to start clocking them when you hear them. Now let's talk about days 16 to 30. Where you will master your T's and your D's. Now we start actively practicing. What we are starting with, we're starting with the 2 consonant sounds that do the most work in making an accent sound British or American. I feel like R and T are 2 sounds that are the most important. Let's start with R. British RP is what's called non-rhotic, which just means you only pronounce the R sound when it's directly followed by a vowel sound. So in the word British, you do pronounce the R because there is an I sound right after it. But in words like teacher, doctor, better, learn, work, party, cart, bird, the R at the end or after a vowel is not pronounced at all. Instead, it gets replaced with a slightly longer vowel sound. And this is generally the single biggest giveaway, an American influenced accent and a British one. Okay? Now everyone, what I want you to do, I want you to repeat these words after me. Just like I pronounce them right now, I will pronounce them for you again. So let's get started. Say the word better, learn, work, party, cart, bird. Okay, good. You can even pronounce words like teacher, sister, brother, doctor, water. So it's the sound, like learn, so that sound. Okay, everyone? So that's a longer vowel sound. Now, let's talk about the T sound. In British, T's are always clearly enunciated at the beginning, middle, and even between words. This is actually the opposite of what a lot of people assume. In American English, a T in the middle of a word often turns into something closer to a D sound, like water becomes water, better becomes better, city becomes city. In British, none of that happens. Okay, water keeps its T. It has the T. Better keeps its T. Even in phrases like let it be or it is what it is, every T stays a clean, light T. Not hard, just clearly there. One more thing that is worth knowing, you'll hear something called a glottal stop in some British accents, where the T basically disappears and gets replaced by a little catch in the throat, like bottle of water. So bottle of water becomes bottle of water. And that's common in accents like Cockney, but it is not a part of RP. It is not a part of British. If RP is your goal, skip the glottal stop entirely and keep your T's clean. Train, get, what, wet, better. Okay, now let's talk about days 31 to 45. Get the vowels right. I cannot stress this enough. Everyone listen to me carefully. Consonants, they get you halfway there. Vowels are actually what seal the accent or even pronunciation. And honestly, they are what most people notice without even realizing why something sounds off or right. For example, me saying coffee, so that will sound very American. But what if I say coffee? Now that sounds British, and that's the difference. Now, first, the schwa sound. Okay, one of the most common vowel in all of RP English. A very difficult sound, but at the same time, it is a relaxed, soft sound. It took me a lot of time to master this one. And this is the one sound that shows up constantly in words like teacher, water, doctor, even in the word the, So your mouth stays relaxed, tongue just resting, and this one sound alone appears more than any other vowel in the entire accent. And let me tell you something very interesting. I came across a professor of a university in America, and I asked her about this sound, and this was the time when I was learning American accent, and I asked her if she can help me with my schwa sound. She had no idea about this sound, and trust me when I say it, it is one of the most important sounds out there in every accent, be it American, be it British, especially in British, because it appears a lot. Okay, everyone? Now, next, the short O. A rounder sound than you're probably used to in words like hot, stop, slot, got. When an American accent might flatten that into something closer to like stop, flat, RP keeps it round and short, then the long, broad A. RP keeps it round and short. Okay, not like hot or stop. It's pronounced after me. Hot, stop, slot, got. Good? Now let's move on to the long, broad A. This shows up in words like grass, bath, father, rather, fast, last. You open your mouth wider for this one, almost like you're at the dentist. Okay, there's that long sound. This is actually one of the clearest regional markers in British English. Some parts of Britain use a flatter A instead, but RP, the standard accent, uses this longer open version. So I want you to pronounce these words after me again. Grass, bath, father, rather, fast, last. Perfect. Now, finally, the round O diphthong. This is a bit snaky because it's not one sound, it's two blending together. It shows up in hello, no, slow, low, go, zero. Your mouth starts round and gradually closes as you say it, like the word hello is actually the classic tell here. Let me tell you how. So a lot of people trying to sound British, they either flatten it like hello, it's not oh, hello, oh. Okay, so what are you doing? You're actually saying hello. So you start like oh, and then you also close your mouth like hello, hello, not like hello, oh. Don't end it there. End it with the closing of the sound. Hello, no, slow, low. Okay, so do not flatten it, and also do not overdo it. It needs to be very gradual, not exaggerated. Now everybody, the final days 46 to 60. Rhythm, real practice, and bringing it all together. The final stretch, and it's where everything you have learned actually becomes an accent. First, rhythm and intonation. This is honestly the hardest part to teach in a structured way. Why? Let me tell you. Because it's not a rule, it's a musicality. The stress patterns, the way sentences rise and fall, that's something you absorb through repeated exposure, not memorization. I cannot give you a rule for this. You have to keep listening to podcasts, to radio, shows, but now actively notice the melody of how people talk, not just individual words. What is their rhythm? What is the intonation, the pitch? Second, start using a technique called mirroring. Now, what is it? You're going to play a short clip of someone speaking RP. It can be me too. Pause it after listening to it for 30 to 40 seconds and repeat exactly what they said. Try to match their sound as closely as you can. Do this on loop for the same clip a few times, like 5 or 6 times. So pick one sound per practice session, not every sound. Pick one sound, maybe oh, maybe maybe schwa sound, okay? And one day, focus only on nailing every T in a sentence. Next session, focus only on the O sounds. So trying to fix everything at once is exactly what makes people feel overwhelmed and quit. Third, everyone, start actually using the vocabulary. Words like rubbish, trousers, knackered, that's a good shout, mate, into real sentences when you're talking to yourself, a friend, or in camera. And this is where it stops being an exercise and starts being how you actually talk. Okay, everybody, now, at the end of each phrase, I want you to ask yourself honestly, did you train your ear before started changing into your mouth? Or did you skip straight to talking differently and hoped it would work? Are you isolating on practicing one sound at a time? Or are you trying to fix your R's, your T's, your vowels, your consonants all in the same sentence and get frustrated when it just does not click? Are you exposing yourself to RP speakers daily or only when you remember to every few days? You have to immerse yourself. You have to get the real practice, everyone. Do you understand? I hope you do. Also, if you want a much better, a structured plan for all of this, like structured consonants, all of these sounds, proper practice, proper words in a full structured manner, then you can definitely go check out my course on British accent, which also has British vocabulary and slangs. The link for that is in the description box down below. You can go and check it. And as for me, I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, bye everyone, stay safe.